Bo-Katan looks set to be the one who unites the Mandalorians, but a big reveal has shown us it's not going to be smooth sailing. Get ready guys, because there is a rat in the Mandalorian nest,
making their way through the galaxy as mercenaries.
This doesn't look good for Bo-Katan's mission.
She can bring all tribes together.
We'll kick things off with who the rat is, what they've been doing, and how this can affect Bo-Katan's mission and the other Mandalorians going forwards. But before we get into that, it's time to hear from the sponsor of today's video. OwnASaber. Are you in the market for a light or a dark saber? Head down to the video description, check out their links for their Padawan, Master and Replica collections. Catering for a variety of budgets, whether you're looking to take your first steps into the world of sabers or you're looking for the latest addition to your collection, they've got you covered. And what's more, as we know this is a big month for us fans, OwnASaber has joined the party with a special offer for the month of April. If you go ahead and add 2 sabers from the same collection to your basket, the website will automatically give you 50% off one of them. Let's say you add the Night Reaper and the Arrowhead to your basket, you'll be taking away one of them for half price. All the links are down below, check them out. If we start by taking it back to Season 2, where Bo-Katan first met Din Djarin. If you remember, it was in Chapter 11, The Heiress. Din Djarin was rescuing Grogu from this ship. There's a water pit in the middle, and there was a creature in there eating. Grogu gets pushed in, and Din jumps in to save him when he's trapped. Now, Bo-Katan turns up at the scene and rescues Din Djarin alongside Cosca Reeves and Axe Woves. I will note here that Bryce Dallas Howard does actually direct this episode, and it's important to keep that in mind for later. This is also the episode where Bo first offers Din to join her on her quest to retake Mandalore, and they don't see each other again. Obviously, Din rejects the quest, he's got other things to do with Grogu, and they don't see each other again until the Season 2 final. This is where Boba and Din go to Bo-Katan to ask for help. Now note here that Axe Woves isn't with him, it's just Bo and Cosca. Her and Boba have a little scuffle and the rest of it, but Bo agrees to join them on their quest as it can lead her to Moff Gideon, and she wants to take the Darksaber from him. And I will point out here, the first episode we got Axe Woves is the only episode we've got Axe Woves. He hasn't appeared since. Now going deeper into the Season 2 final, there's a scene in here which I think is all connected as well, and that is when the Mandalorian confronts Moff Gideon before their fight. Gideon tells Din that he knows he has been travelling with Bo-Katan. He says something along the lines of, "Assume I know everything." And I think this line is about to come full circle, as in Season 3, we know Bo-Katan joins the Children of the Watch. She has nothing left herself, her castle's been destroyed, it's been bombed, her forces have melted away, and she actually said they're now mercenaries making their way in the galaxy. Now at this point in time, up until the last episode, she is now helmetless. The armourer has realised that Bo does actually walk both worlds. She has the ability to do that, and by doing so, she can bring all the Mandalorians together, regardless of their beliefs, regardless if they want to keep the helmet on or leave it off. Now we finished Chapter 21 with Bo-Katan about to set across the galaxy to reunite all the scattered Mandalorian groups out there. Now this is where we're going to dive in to some potential spoilers for this next episode. Now there has been some footage emerge on Reddit which shows us some behind the scenes filming of The Mandalorian Season 3. Now it is taken by the camera on someone's smartphone, and they're hiding in bushes nearby where they can see the set and the actors and the crew working on it. Now for me, this is the best kind of leak. This is traditional old school leaking. Now the filmer of this video clip believes they caught a glimpse of Bryce Dallas Howard on set directing the scene mentioned. It's important because Bryce Dallas Howard is set to direct Chapter 22 of The Mandalorian Season 3, the only episode she's directing this season. If that was in fact her that they saw on set, then that tells us that it was for Chapter 22, this scene. Now to go into this scene and what we saw a little bit here, Bo-Katan is on set, and there seems to be some Imperial officers around her nearby. Now she is now fighting against another Mandalorian that actually looks like it's Axe Woves. The filmer actually believes they saw Moff Gideon on set briefly as well, but the filmer didn't manage to get it on camera. Now if this is what it seems at face value, this is absolutely huge. Not only is it showing us a coming up conflict between Bo-Katan and Mandalorians that she goes out in the galaxy looking for. I mean, she might have an idea where her old forces are and she's gone straight to them first of all. But it also can go a long way in explaining just how Moff Gideon escaped that prison transport where the Beskar was left behind, and it looks like it could actually be Mandalorians, just not the ones the New Republic is likely to think it is, which is the Children of the Watch. Now at face value, it's understandable that Axe Woves and potentially other Mandalorians need to make money to survive. We've seen it already with Din Djarin, like Boba Fett for many years as he was a bounty hunter. Mandalorians are known to be for hire at the right price. Why would Axe be an exception to that now he's not with Bo-Katan? Now Boba also worked for the Empire, and so did Din Djarin. In fact, that was actually how he got the original bounty for Grogu. And he also took Beskar from them as a payment, Beskar that was looted from the Mandalorians in the Purge. So even though the Empire are the bad guys and the Mandalorians do realise that, it's still a job at the end of the day. Now this could be one angle to approach it if Axe Woves is in fact working for the Empire. Now here's where the betrayal kicks in, because Axe Woves was actually one of Bo-Katan's guys, and now obviously he's left her like the rest of her forces. Maybe it was actually on good terms at face value. Perhaps it was kind of left like, you know, they need to go out into the galaxy, they need to make money, they can't just kick around chasing a dream that's never going to happen. The betrayal would be that they agree to work not just for the Empire but also for Gideon, and that is very much her main enemy for what we've seen in The Mandalorian so far. He actually played a large part in the role in the destruction of Mandalore, their homeworld, something that Bo wanted to bring back, and it's someone that she wanted to defeat personally to reclaim the Darksaber. Now if we also look back at season 2, Gideon knew here Din Djarin and Bo-Katan were travelling together. How did he know that? I think Axe Woves could have been working for Gideon even way back in season 2, as he was absent from the season 2 final. Maybe that was to not blow any kind of cover. Now in season 3, Bo-Katan tells Din Djarin her forces have melted away. They're making their way through the galaxy as mercenaries. She likely believes Axe is doing this as well. However, he's actually working for Gideon, the one she lost the Darksaber to, the one she wanted to defeat more than anything. Now this completely shows a complete lack of loyalty, and I think it's really going to go down like a lead balloon once Bo-Katan finds out. But what if Axe wasn't working alone? What if more of Bo's forces are actually working for Gideon as well, even for credits or perhaps pieces of Beskar? This also brings up the question, and this is a really popular theory at the moment, is that what if Moff Gideon is actually a Mandalorian himself? Perhaps Axe Wove and the others aren't being paid as such, but has joined up with Moff Gideon on his side as they see it as the team most likely to win. Now my gut feeling is he isn't the only Mandalorian to do so. Now could Axe and others now be Gideon's version of the Super Commandos? Is that the route they're going to take now? Or are they still just going to be Mandalorians for hire? Now I'm also wondering if they're going to remain on Gideon's side once Bo finds out, and she might even likely attempt to reach out to them to join up forces once again for the sake of Mandalore. I do suspect these Mandos are firmly on Gideon's side at this point, given the footage that surfaced. If they're fighting, it's not a sign they're about to join back up anytime soon. I also think he isn't working alone. I think there is other Mandalorians on Gideon's side as well. This is the one we saw in the footage. This is really cool because it would pit Mandalorians against other Mandalorians, with the future of Mandalore, the planet, the Mandalorian culture, and Gideon's Imperial faction hanging in the balance. I do think season 3 is going to see the end of Gideon's Imperial faction, with another bigger, darker entity to emerge afterwards. And to be fair, it would make for an awesome fight, seeing the Children of the Watch going up against other Mandalorians that aren't on their side, Bo-Katan on the Children of the Watch's team as well, going against people of their own kind that they would have classed as brothers and sisters, harking back to the days of the old Mandalorian civil wars. What better way to start a new beginning on your planet than continuing from where you left off? Now I also wonder what else Axe Woves has been doing for Gideon. Perhaps there's going to be more reveals on the way with that. It's been a long time since season 2, he's probably been up to other stuff than just rescuing Gideon the one time, and I think that's probably just going to be one of the most recent missions he's done for him. Now with Bryce Dallas Howard directing chapter 22, it only makes sense for her to be the one to continue the story, which likely first started back in season 2. Do you think these Axe Woves reveals will lead to him playing a part in the releasing of Gideon back into the galaxy? Let me know down below. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one. This is The Way.